That friends. Okay, time for another episode of Millie's Itinerary. Basically, this story is a day-to-day account, minute-by-minute account, not necessarily day-to-day, but minute-by-minute account of a typical day in the life of our wonderful Basset Hound Millie. It's and generally the days tend to follow fairly close to schedule. Yeah, yeah. Millie's whatever she's up to next usually does arrive within, much like the morning train, within minutes of the schedule. Yeah, okay, the set schedule, and it's interesting to watch. And well, anyway, I've got another episode here. Now we're at where'd y'all go? Okay, I'm sorry, my ear itched inside there. Oh, it's one nice thing about having glasses like this. You see, wait a minute, there, yeah. You got plenty. Yeah, you can't necessarily go through your ear with it. Oh, yeah, it feels good. Okay. Now my hands are too fat. I can't. Yeah, no, you can't get in there. Okay, anyway, here, let's get cooking. Millie's Itinerary, 9:45. Usually the morning meal is over more sooner than later. Millie backs away while still facing the breakfast dish on the floor. She wants to be first on the scene if Sandy and I should happen to notice a leftover tiny morsel of food somewhere nearby and fling it onto the plate. After a bit, though, Millie now sees that nothing else is coming for certain. She faces Sandy and then assumes the sphinx position at Sandy's feet. I know, I know. The sphinx is thousands of times bigger than Millie and made of stone, of course. For thousands of years, it has stayed perfectly still as it watches the far horizon for who knows what. Perhaps it's waiting for the good humor man to drive by, and when one finally comes from behind the dunes, the Sphinx will turn to flesh and leap into the air and chase the truck down the highway. After all this laying still, the bones will creak a bit, of course, but the waiting will be worth it when the good humor man unwraps a twin ice pop and throws it into the former statue's gaping, thirsty mouth. As the Sphinx waits patiently, so does our hound awaiting the next morsel. There's just one unseen difference, perhaps one of the world's oldest statues, and our beloved hound Millie. The Sphinx has unflinchingly watched the desert for eons. Millie on the rug at Sandy's feet for these past 2 minutes is already getting very, very sleepy. And so Millie decides it's time for her mid-morning nap. This is the nap she takes while Sandy gets into her regular clothes for the day. Basset hounds are world-class nappers. Some dogs retrieve, others can track very well. I've heard of dogs that can chase a fleeing criminal and in no time at all be sinking their fangs into the crook's quivering forearm as they grind his face into the mud. Some dogs are world-class champions at barking until you go insane. Some dogs love to barf in the car on long road trips. Millie's thing is to be out cold before you can whistle even one bar of Yankee Doodle. Oops, she's out. I'm not kidding. Basset snoots are made for snoring, too. Their noses are made that way to scare off predators. Well, that's our theory. A pack of bassets all asleep and snoring have been known to fill roving bands of snarling hyenas with fear and dread. I think the hyenas hear all that racket and fear they've stumbled into the middle of a boiler factory. Fearing the worst, the hyenas slink back into the safety of the jungle undergrowth. It works every time. Millie's the best snorer you've ever heard. In fact, if you live within 5 miles of our home, you probably have heard her. Most likely you mistook the sound for thunder. Well, I think that's it for Millie's Itinerary 9:45. Let me look. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, we'll catch you later. I hope you're enjoying these stories. We'll resume, I guess, after Millie has a short nap, somewhere a little after 10 o'clock. We'll work on the next Millie's Itinerary, the next step on her grueling day. Right. I'll see you later, friends. Bye now, and God bless.